Last Friday evening, I was returning home from a business trip, and on the final leg of the trip, a little before 8 p.m. Central, the plane was taking off into the sky, and as it ascended into the sky, there was this powerful and really just transcendently beautiful light. It was unlike anything I'd seen before that was shining off the clouds, and it really kind of struck me that light, it was as if in the final moments of her life, that heaven was opening up to welcome her. And it really struck me at the time as an appropriate metaphor for Trish's life and really who she was, as the person who brought light into the life of everybody around her. She brought light into every room she was in, every space she inhabited. On the day she was born, she brought light into an otherwise kind of dreary December day. She brought light to a family whose father was half the world away, like many men of his generation, serving his country. And the light that she brought to his eyes when he returned home from Vietnam and saw his baby daughter for the first time. And she brought to the family that a few months later, like her father, or like Trish herself, her father passed away at far too young an age. As a young girl, our mom gave her the nickname Little Mary Sunshine because of that amazing ability she had to always bring light into people's lives, bring joy, bring warmth. And it was part of who she was. It was an amazing talent, amazing ability that she had. At age 5, she and her lifelong friend Dee donned cheerleader uniforms to cheer on her older brother Rick and Dee's older brother in basketball. And from that moment forward, Trish never stopped cheering people on to be the best they could be. She never stopped encouraging other people to get behind anybody who was trying to achieve a goal in life and to be the best they could be in school, be it in athletics, be it in community service, or in any aspect of her life. She's very much a part of who she was, very much a part of her legacy. In one of the early posts that Tony placed on her Caringbridge site, he talked about her determination, how she never stops until she gets what she wants. And if you read some of the other entries on the Caringbridge guest book, you may have seen some entries from some childhood friends of ours that made reference to the fiercely competitive kickball games that were part of life on Washington Street in North Liberty in the early 1970s. And as the youngest girl in the neighborhood, by several years, she was usually excluded from these kickball games. And even when she was given the token kick, it was with the tacit acknowledgement that her inevitable out would not actually count. Unfortunately, the older kids, we were not exactly subtle, we were not exactly discreet, at times somewhat smug about how we implemented the infamous Trish's outs don't count rule. And it only drove her fierce determination to show that she belonged, that she could compete with the big kids, that nobody could tell her what she could or couldn't do or could or couldn't be. And today, anybody who knows them could never imagine Alexa, could never imagine Molly, could never imagine Hannah or their little brother Jake telling them that they can't do what they want to do, be what they want to be, do anything they're determined to do. So, as one participant said, she was striking her own claim to equality in her own backyard back then. During her senior year at college, I was supposed to meet Trish one night. We were going to spend the night out in Indianapolis. And when she showed up, she was with this guy that I didn't know, hadn't met him before. And I guess I'd lost track of who Trish was dating at the time, and I thought he was some other guy. I probably even called him by the wrong name. But throughout the course of the evening, I could just sense this just natural sense of connection, natural bond between them. It was amazing, this ease with which they related to each other, even though they really didn't know each other that long. And sure enough, Trish had brought light to another life, and soon to start a beautiful family and create a new chapter in life, and a new chapter in many lives. And that's really where Trish's story becomes Tony's story as well. So Tony, I'll turn to you.